Hey everybody, I'm just making a very quick dinner tonight. It doesn't look like there's lots of ingredients in this, but trust me, when it comes out of the oven, it is absolutely delicious. So I'm making a chili con carne, but it's not the traditional type chili con carne. It's like this beautiful, rich, saucy mince that is perfect as a topper on nachos, or what I do is I chop up pita bread, sprinkle with olive oil, sprinkle with some smoked paprika and toast them in the oven, and it's a bit healthier than the corn chips, of course. So the first thing you need, now I'm going to be using our micro pressure cooker, which, as you know, makes slow cooking fast and produces the most delicious family meals in 20 to 30 minutes. And you know what? Had a long day at work, I'm not going to lie. I just want some time to relax and watch TV and have a glass of wine. So I'm not going to stand over a stove forever to get dinner ready, okay? So we've got our micro pressure cooker. Again, this takes up to 2 litres, this beautiful bowl. You can use it as a serving bowl too. Perfect for stews, casseroles, risottos, curries, tagines, basically anything at all that you want to use it for. And we know we've got our lid. Now we know our lid has got this wonderful seal which seals everything beautifully and allows the pressure to build up. We have our safety valve here which allows excess pressure to escape via steam. And we've got our pressure gauge here which lets you know when the pressure has gone down enough in the bowl for us to take the lid off. And of course we've got our wonderful safety lock which keeps everything secure and in place and nice and safe for us in the kitchen. So the first thing we're going to pop in is of course 500 grams of mince. Okay, I use diet mince, but you can use whatever you like in there. Now the next thing we have to do is put in a small capsicum. The recipe says 1 red chili, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to add some half a red capsicum instead, and an onion. Now, and garlic too. So to save time, which is what I love to do obviously in the kitchen, is I'm just going to use my extra chef. So I'm not going to stand here for like 10 minutes chopping everything really, really fine. I'm just going to stick it all in my extra chef and let my extra chef do the work. So, got my trusty little beautiful universal knife here with our wonderful Japanese hammered steel. My favorite knife of all is this one, the chef's knife. Beautifully weighted. I probably use this the most in the kitchen. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to chop the ends off my onions, of course. Take the skin off it and just chop them roughly into quarters, because I'm going to let my extra chef do the rest. Okay, stick that in. Chop the ends off this half of the onion and pop that in. It's got some cloves of garlic. I'm just taking the skin off them, of course. Not going to chop them up any finer than that. And the last little bit of garlic. I love garlic. I've got to buy some more actually. I just noticed in my garlic keeper that I didn't have very many. Now I've had these for months. I live in a hot, humid climate, and my garlic keeper keeps my garlic and my onions fresh for a long, long, long time. That's how good they are. So I'm just gonna like basically my green onion. Put it in like that. I might chop it up a little bit finer, just so it fits in nicely. And then of course my red capsicum's going in. I don't, when you put a whole red chili in, I don't actually put the seeds in anyway. So it's probably not going to make much of a difference between me using a chili and a capsicum because I don't put the seeds in. But if you love things hot and spicy, you can spice this up as much as you like. So I've got everything in here and you can see it's all chunky, okay? All ready to go. And I'm just going to put the lid on here. Of course, I've got my 3-blade attachment here. 287 knife cuts in 15 seconds. I don't think we're going to need that many. Anyway, holding it nice and firm down with the non-stick gasket with the stick, the gasket on the bottom, which stops everything from slipping and sliding everywhere. There we go. And look at that. Chopped up in seconds. Now, can you imagine how long it would take for me to chop all of that up as finely as that? Look at that. Just ages. That's why I love the Extra Chef in the kitchen, because it is one of the best time savers ever, as is our micro pressure cooker. My life as a working mother has changed so much since I have got these 2 pieces of equipment in my kitchen. It's just incredible how much more time I have for my family and myself with these 2 things doing most of the work for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love to cook, but when I'm time poor, when I'm tired, when I've got kids pressuring me for, you know, when I've got my son wanting me to help him with his homework, when I'm trying to have a bath, trying to get lunches ready for school, I don't really like cooking that much. And so these are just it's just so good. You know, it's so good for me. When I have time and when I'm relaxed and when I'm happy, I can cook. I love nothing more than cooking a 3-course meal from scratch, using my hands, getting in there, enjoying the process, because I absolutely love cooking. And I love cooking because I love giving my family fresh, healthy meals. But with the micro pressure cooker and the Extra Chef, I can still do that and still have time to have a bath when I want one, or help my son with his homework, or sit down and put my feet up and have a glass of wine, okay? It's basically given me the opportunity to enjoy cooking when I really want to enjoy it, okay? When it's just getting a meal on the table, I can still do that, and I can still do that using the freshest of ingredients, cooked from scratch, but I do not have to spend any longer than half an hour doing it. And that's what I love about my microwave cooking, and that's what I love about my Extra Chef, okay? Anyway, let's get back to the process then, shall we? So the next thing we do is the recipe calls for red kidney beans, but what I love to use is a tin of refried beans, okay? So you're still getting your beans, of course, and you're still getting that healthy, those healthy legumes into your diet. But I don't know, I just love something about the way that the refried beans add a bit more texture to this meal. So I add my tin of red fried beans, and then the recipe says to add half a tin of tin tomatoes, but because the refried beans are a thicker consistency, I actually add a whole tin to just add a little bit more moisture to it. Does that make sense? I'm hoping it does. And then what we add after that is, because we've added our garlic and our chili and our capsicum and our onion, our canned tomatoes, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. And this, oh, thank thank goodness for that. All right. So I'm just adding 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Again, just pretty well using the Monique way of measuring, which, you know, is not an exact form of measuring, but it's my way of cooking. And in my kitchen, it's my way of cooking. So anyway, done that. A little bit of chili flakes. Now it says 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. As I said, I'm not a big fan of heat, so I don't go real heavy on the chili flakes. And it says 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Again, not a fan. So I'm using Mexican chili powder, and I'm just adding 2 teaspoons because not a fan of chili powder. Not a fan of chili. I like my tongue. I like to still be able to feel my tongue. Other people love it a bit hotter, and that's fine. A tablespoon of cumin. So add in our tablespoon. Oh, a little bit more than I should have, but oh well. And a tablespoon of cocoa powder. Now this adds a richness, a real beautiful richness to this meal. I can't explain it, but it really balances everything beautifully. The bitterness of the cocoa seems to meld with the heat of the chili and the sweetness of the capsicum. Does that make sense? I don't know. It might, but who knows? A little bit of salt. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt in there. Man, I wish I'd got those Tupperware salt and pepper shakers, but I'm going to have to wait till the next time they come on special or come up for sale. Teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of olive oil. So, and that's it. There you go, Bob's your uncle. Okay, give it a really good stir. All right. Good stir, and we pop it in for 20 minutes. 20 minutes and dinner's cooked. How good does that sound, guys? I reckon it's pretty good for a quick, easy meal for dinner that everybody's going to love. Locked my lid in place, popping it in my microwave now for 20 minutes. My microwave is 900 watts. That's what wattage you need to use for your microwave. If you have got a higher wattage for your microwave, you need to cut back on the power to actually keep everything nice and safe. So I'm just going to pop this in. Alrighty. Now, taking all this out now. So I'm going to show you what I do now to make my tortilla chips. Now, very, very easy. I said so easy. It takes seconds. So I'm just getting some wraps out of my Tupperware tortilla holder. And all I'm doing is getting our kitchen scissors. Now don't forget, our kitchen scissors are on sale with our wonderful Tupperware can opener. So I'm just going to, all I'm doing is just cutting them up. Like, that's all I'm doing. One thing I'm going to do, though, is now with my baking sheet, I always put my baking sheet as I'm prepping everything just on top of my oven shelf, because that way it stops the baking sheet wobbly and getting unstable and all that sort of thing. So just adding this, really that's all I do. Just grab some more spice. Sorry guys, I'm not as organized for this as I thought I would be, but anyway, got my smoked paprika. Now all I do is I get my beautiful condensate. Now these are also on special this month, or on special at the moment. The condensates are beautiful. They're just the color and the clear plastic and everything. They just look so elegant. And all I do, because they look so nice and sleek, I actually have them stored just next to my stove. So every time I need a little bit of vinegar or a little bit of olive oil or whatever, they're on hand just for me to grab, and I don't really have to go like rummaging through the kitchen, the pantry to try to find it. So I'm just, I just sprinkled some olive oil all over it. And then the next thing I'm doing is I'm just getting my smoked paprika, which has got its little Tupperware thing, and I'm just sprinkling as much as I can all over this. This is yummy, and you can serve this with a little bit of sour cream, little bit of avocado, a little bit of tomato, and I swear it is the most delicious, yummiest meal, and reasonably healthy, and something that all the family love. It's like a healthy form of like beef nachos or whatever you want to call it, or anything. It's just quite yummy. No nasty chemicals in it because we've cooked everything from scratch, and just basically yummy and delicious. So I've just got that on my baking sheet now, because I love our Tupperware baking forms and everything. And now if you have a look at that, now I'm just going to pop that straight into the oven as is and just let it cook and brown. Clean up the kitchen, and by the time everything's cleaned up, dinner will be ready. Again, yeah, I'm choosing to clean the kitchen tonight because I'm choosing to. Any other time, I might put my feet up and have a glass of wine. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, here we go. It's in. Okay, everyone, so I hope you enjoy your evening, and that was dinner in a flash for you in my micro pressure cooker. Have a good night. Bye.